Hello, everybody. I'm Kerry Mickens, substituting for Lionel. I know you were expecting his bright, cheery face, but we're going to substitute for him real quick. And we have a good show for you tonight, and wanted to get everyone to gathered up. We're all set to go, and we have some good stuff for you today. But first, before we get started, have a couple of housekeeping things to do, and we'll get started with this exciting interview. All right, first up, we have um, our PV alumni, Jeff McKissick, Texas licensed loan officer with Fairway Independent Mortgage, will guide you seamlessly through the home buying process. Many of us are unaware of our credit score or our true financial situation. Jeff will help you develop a step-by-step plan to improve your financial standing, making your dream of owning a home achievable sooner than you think. Jeff understands your financial situation may not be perfect. That's okay. The sooner you start the conversation, the sooner you can solve your problems like credit and issues and student loan debt. Don't let the fear of achieving new heights hold you back from getting the home of your dreams. Perfect for your growing family or hosting those PV watch parties. Get started now on taking the first steps toward your new home and taking the next big step in your life. Don't delay. Talk with Jeff today so you can be in your home tomorrow. Jeff looks forward to speaking with you soon. Don't forget to come out and support PV Athletics. And next up, another PV alumni. When you're thinking big about your home purchase and want a thorough assessment of your biggest investment, you owe it to yourself to contact Big Blueprint Improvement Group. Big provides home inspections in the greater Houston area and is owned and operated by a proud PV mechanical engineer alum, Neil Harris. Their experienced inspectors use advanced tools and techniques to assess every aspect of the property, from the roof to the foundation. Visit big.com or think big.com or text 713-259-0673 to book your home inspection. Support the team that supports the team. Okay. And let's see, we got to get that. Okay, and then tell me how to do that. All right. So now we're back. And first up today, we wanted to let you know we have an exciting interview coming up. We'll be talking to Prairie View's new offensive coordinator, Chris Buckner. And he has some good things to talk about. And of course, like always, we'll have Coach Northern, and he'll add his flavor to the show. And we're ready to get everything kicked off. And coming to the stage, we have Coach Northern. How you doing tonight?
Man, everything good in the Northern household. Still following my son around playing baseball. They're the number 5 ranked team in the state of Texas in the highest classification, and he's the DH for the team. So they're doing pretty good right now. On another note, some people may know, some people may not. My son Adam, a lot of people call him Little Adam, whatever, has decided that he will be attending Prairie View A&M University for his collegiate career.
That's all right. He'll look good in that purple and gold.
Hey, yeah. Hey, look, I told you, some people, my wife had on them blue and yellow colored glasses for a little bit, and trying to get the legacy going. But I think it's a situation where a lot of things worked in Prairie View's favor. He grew up on campus. He went to a summer camp. and really enjoyed himself. And they did a good job of treating him the way that he felt included when he comes to games. He sees guys from 10 years ago that treat him like he's a nephew or whatever. So, and then going through the recruiting process with the former staff on the football side, he got to see a whole different side of the universe. So I'm glad that that's where any HBCU would have been fine with me, but I'm really glad that he did choose to go to Prairie View. And I used to tell people this all the time: if you don't like Prairie View, something wrong with you, in my opinion. It ain't the school.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he was down there when my sons were little, and we would watch him run out with the team, and both my sons ended up down there.
Hey, man, that joker walked up to me probably about an hour ago and say, "Man, I think I'm taller than you." I almost swung on him.
Yeah, we got to get the bluff in.
Yes, sir.
That's for sure. So next we have coming to the stage Coach Buckner, and we want to welcome him in. I don't know where the hand clap thing is, but welcome to the stage, Coach Buckner.
Thank you guys for having me.
How you doing today, Coach?
Thanks for coming. We were ready for you. See, I'm dog training.
Man, I don't even got one of them shirts. You big time.
Right. Yeah, Lionel had me going. So we wanted to get you up on the stage and welcome you to the yard. We know it's pretty exciting for you. We have quite a few things to go over with you. We know that your background, you kind of might have crossed paths with PV a long time ago, but Coach Northern has that question for you coming up. But we just wanted to welcome you. We see you have a lot of accolades in your background, and we're real excited to have you on the yard with us, along with your championship pedigree.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be on the Hill, and we're in the middle of spring ball right now, and just kind of looking forward to getting to the fall and bringing in some new kids and building and cultivating relationships with the guys we got right now. It's a process, and we're just taking it one day at a time.
Coach, if you don't mind, take us a little bit back from high school to how you got to where you are today as a football coach, a little bit of your playing background, some of the stops along the way.
Gotcha. So I was originally born in Alton, Illinois. I moved to Texas when I was 9 years old. Military background. My dad was in the Army. He went to the reserves. We ended up getting into the DFW area when I was about 11 years old, going into about the 6th, 7th grade. Started, playing football when I got up there in the DFW area. Played my high school football for Tim Beck. He's currently the head football coach at Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
That's the guy that kind of, built the monster inside of me. He was, kind of a, hard-nosed coach, in-your-face approach. Got an opportunity to play for Howell at New Mexico State in the air raid offense. Had a ton of success in that. Enjoyed my college experience there. Cup of coffee in the NFL with the Arizona Cardinal. Literally a cup of coffee. And got an opportunity with Ernest Wilson.
Okay.
He was the running backs coach at New Mexico State at the time. He called me and told me he had an opportunity at Jackson State, being the offensive coordinator, and he was running the air raid offense, and wanted me to come and help him, playing in it for 4 years. We had a great relationship. So I took the opportunity. GA for 6 months. Receivers coach, ended up leaving. I got the opportunity to be the receivers coach at the age of 23. In my 3 years at Jackson State, we had the #1 offense in the nation in 2011, played for a SWAC championship in 2013, set numerous records at Jackson State. We had a very, very talented offense, defense as well. Coach Rick Comedy did a great job there. From there, I went to Savannah State University, where Ernest became the head football coach there, and I was the co-offensive coordinator, wide receivers coach. Got an opportunity to call it at a young age. I mean, I'm talking 25 years old, getting to, go in head first and game plan with a bunch of older guys that have had a ton of knowledge. And shout out to those guys. They kept me grounded and showed me the ropes, showed me the way of how to get things done. Got an opportunity with Jerry Mack at North Carolina Central after that. He's now the head coach at Kennesaw State University. He's kind of a mentor in this business for me. Very knowledgeable, figurehead, smart, sharp, recruiter, mentor to young men, cares about you, cares about everything. He brings me in. I'm, his recruiting coordinator, wide receivers coach over there at North Carolina Central. We ended up winning 2 back-to-back MEAC championships right when we got on the job, man. And, what a buzz we had in Durham, North Carolina at that time. It was a phenomenal time. We got in, just hit the ground running, started recruiting, and, it all worked itself out. We really cultivated a relationship there with those players. They became our allies, and we got that thing rolling. After that, in 2014, I wanted to call it myself. I was like, it's time. Took a job at Western New Mexico University. Didn't know much about the place. Obviously, I played my college football at New Mexico State. Went out there with a buddy of mine who was a college teammate. He was the offensive line coach, and Ryan Rodriguez, and he was doing a heck of a job with the O-line. And I went out there with him and was there for 2 years and had some offensive success. We had some top 20 offensive finishes at the Division II level. And then I got an opportunity at Arkansas State with Blake Anderson, coaching there 2017 and 18. And we had the number one offense in the Sun Belt for 2 years running in every category. I learned a lot of different things that you can do to put people in conflict while I was there. And I mean, I was just very appreciative of my time there. I left and followed Buster Faulkner, who's the offense coordinator at Georgia Tech now, followed him to Southern Miss, where I coached the running backs, kind of getting, my feet wet in the backfield. Obviously, most of my career has been on the perimeter and coaching quarterbacks. We had a ton of success there in 1 year. Wanted to get back in Texas. Wanted to come home. Hadn't coached in Texas at all. Had a relationship with a few guys at Sam Houston State University. And I walked into a situation, man, where they had a team that was already kind of built from the ground up with a great figurehead in Casey Keeler. Offensively, Ryan Carty was the offensive coordinator, and he was kind of doing a little bit of the run and shoot stuff. And it was awesome to work with those guys coaching running backs. And then I got elevated to receivers. I left there after we won an FCS national championship during the COVID year. We went 11-0, won some big time games, man. We beat the number 1 team in the country in JMU at the time, the number 2 team in the country, North Dakota State. We beat a really, really, really good Monmouth team. And we again, were top 5 in every offensive category. That was from 2020 to 2021. In a span of 1 year, we went 21-1. So I saw how to get it done. It was obviously everybody loving each other. Was the kids being bought in, and it was the kids peaking at the right time. By the time we got to those seasons in 2020 and 2021, those kids took it over. Hey, we installed the blueprint, but those kids went out there and got it done, man. They became head coaches between the white lines. After that, in 22, got an opportunity to go to Texas State University with Jake Spavital. We're kind of in the same tree, air raid offense. We had been knowing each other for a while. Took the chance to go there. Didn't have a ton of success, but, you saw the growth through the season. Got an opportunity to go back with Casey Keeler to Sam Houston State. In 2023, we made the transition to FBS. Again, somebody I trusted, somebody that I thought looked out for my best interest. You could tell it was a family atmosphere at Sam Houston. There's something about that place, very special place. Kids just want to come in and work. It's not about anything but football. It's all about the blood, sweat, and tears. And got an opportunity to come back there. The transition was rough. And then we did a heck of a job recruiting. And last year in 2024, my final season at Sam Houston, we ended up going 10-3, finished second place in conference, and winning the New Orleans Bowl. And now I'm here with you amazing people at Prairie View A&M University.
Hey, Coach, if you don't mind going back to that Jackson State, I had to go against you guys. Hey, man, you had a wide receiver in the tight end room that hard to match on the FCS level with. You had Ricardo and doggone Renty Rollins, man. That was a group that you had right there. So, like I say, y'all kept me up a little bit at night during those days. But like I say, man, that's an impressive resume, and we glad you're here. The other thing too, Coach Wilson. I remember the very first time I met Coach Wilson. I almost said to myself, "There's no way this guy is a football coach. He looked like a mad scientist or a chemistry teacher.
That's
But
right.
that dude could X and O you to death
Right.
on the football field."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that wide receiver core. As you see, you guys sent my Chiefs a wide receiver.
Oh yeah,
So
Rico
yeah,
Richardson. Yeah,
yes.
man.
He was the perfect
That
size for a wide receiver.
yeah,
And
Rico was talented, man. Rico Richardson. I get in there. This slight framed 5'11", 170-pound kid that was quick as a cat, man. Catch the ball, make you miss in space. Keenan Tillman, Anthony Mays, Eric Drury, Renty Rollins. Man, what a talented group, and what a good group of young men. They got after it. It was just building relationships with those guys. They love ball. The ball aspect of it was good. The relationship piece of it is what you had to maintain with them. Those kids needed that love, and they needed to know you wanted to support them and everything like that. And my time with PV goes even further back than that, man. I played against that '09 championship football team at New Mexico State. I did, man. It's crazy because, shoot, they almost beat us. I ended up, I was playing defensive back at the time, and I actually caused the fumble for us to secure the victory. Those guys were driving the football down the field. And I tried to tell my team, I said, man, those Texas HBCU, man, they talented, man. Don't sleep on it, man. And we struggled in that game. So, I've had some run-ins with PV for a while.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up as well. I remember I was a defensive coordinator at the time, and I called a double safety blitz near the goal line, and my safety goes back there and misses the tackle, and that's how you guys got the last touchdown to win the game. And go back a few months later, the same safety, we call a different safety blitz, and he goes back there and recovers the fumble that secures the SWAC championship, and he brought it back to the New Mexico State game. Like, Coach, I remember you called it. I wasn't going to let you down at that time. But, yeah, that was a pretty good game. And I think that game sort of catapulted us to let us know, man, we can play some football when we almost beat you guys over there. But, yeah, that was a big game for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Y'all had a talented team. I got an opportunity to watch that whole season unfold. And, when I came into the SWAC a year later, I'm like, man, you got some talented football teams. PV was rolling at the time. TSU was rolling at the time. Obviously you had Grambling rolling at that time, Alabama State. It's some quality football in the SWAC, and I'm so familiar with it. Even though I started going into the group of 5 ranks and things like that, I always followed it because I had a lot of buddies coaching at several different schools.
All right. Good job.
All right. Well, that's good. Well, we did have a couple of questions for you. Want to ask you, who's leading or doing well for you right now? And Coach Northern know the one group I wanted to ask about was the meat eaters. And I just wanted to know how you look in the trenches. Do you feel they're catching on and like your scheme and everything, and how they seem to be looking to you?
Well, first and foremost, everybody on this team is bought in. That's the biggest thing I can say, man. These guys want to be good. These guys want to be coached. It's a very in-your-face approach. We get after our guys, but we love them even harder. In the trenches, I do think that is the most growth we've had. Coach Bryce Carlson does a phenomenal job. He's very detailed. And, it's to the T. How you do anything is how you do everything. So he gets after those guys about steps, communication, reacting, making adjustments, you name it. I do think up front we are doing a heck of a job. From Leonard to Bowers, David, we just got from Trinity Valley Community College, David Williams, the center. He's catching on to what we're trying to get accomplished. Jaheim Ahar is growing. He's a freak athlete. He's a big 6'5", 310-pound kid that runs like he can play tight end. These kids just need to continue to progress up front, one day at a time. We call it stacking days. Just go out there and stack another day. So up front, I think that is the best continuity that we have on offense right now. I think those guys are bought in. I think they want to be great. I think we're doing a good job in the run game and pass pro, creating a new line of scrimmage. They're trying to keep the quarterback upright. They're trying to give us time to throw the football. Skill player wise, a guy that's really stood. I not recruited him in the past, so I don't know what that means to you guys, but Chase Bingman is a very, very dynamic kid, man. I mean, that's my guy. When I see him, I'm like, hey man, how you doing? You doing all right? Hey, I got something for you. We're gonna touch that rock, man. Navon Cooper, Jacoby Banks we just got from the University of Memphis, wide receiver. He's shown some dynamic capabilities. The quarterback room is in a heated battle. I think all of those guys, have their days. One of them will go out there and light it up one day with Lucas Coley, Cam Peters, Tyler Nelson, Blake Murphy, and Deuce Barrington. All those guys have their moments where they flash and they show you they have something to bring to the table, both in the run game and the passing game. They're very exciting to watch throw the football. All those guys got great arm talent, leadership qualities. They can extend plays. They make good decisions for the most part. We got to continue to progress in that room, though. To me, being a good quarterback is from the neck up. Being on the sideline on game day, those guys got to do a heck of a job in between those white lines and managing the football game. I told them they're the point guards. They got to be the point guards. One night you may score 38 and have 12 assists and 8 rebounds, and the one night you may have 12, 12, and 4. Just be smart with the football, be productive, and get the ball to your guys. Another room that's really, really, really surprising, I think is really, really talented. Those guys just, again, have to, continue to progress at the tight end room with Ethan and Josh Goins and Trevon Jones. Big, talented, long room. They all do different stuff. They all have different skill sets. All of them can catch the football. All of them don't mind putting their face on you, striking you. They're going to be special teams core 4 unit guys. I'm fired up about that room too. Again, it's just taking it one day at a time with that room.
All right, Coach, I know in my opinion, we used to say in you guys' offense, the air raid, wide cross told you everything. In your opinion, what play or maybe a couple plays without going into great detail let you know if you run it early in the game and it's working? What's your play to say we got them today if this is working?
Well, wide cross is one of them. I mean, That's the air raid. That is what it is. I mean, old school 95. I mean, if you got a guy that can blow the top off the coverage and you got a good, second level route away from the cross, he does a good job of pulling the defender. You got a guy that can maneuver through grass, man. I mean, if we get that going all day, man, we can manipulate it any way we want to. But the next play, I would say, I think we're doing a really good job at is just 4 verts. Okay. Guys are doing a great job of reading coverage. I mean, they're understanding on the outside. If you're even, you're leaving. If he's on top, drop. And then the slots are doing a good job of finding windows, maneuvering through traffic, reading the safety on the third level, making great decisions. So when you can get 4 verts going, you can get that wide cross going, man, it's going to be a long day. Our quarterbacks are feeling that, and they're understanding, repetition is the father of learning. We're doing it every day. It's not like, I told them straight up, hey, this is what we're going to establish, and this is who we're going to be. So we might as well get good at it. And they're taking that as a badge of honor, and I think they just continue to progress.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. So I recall playing against Sam Houston when you were there, and it seems like one of the things they did do, because we had pretty good defensive line, but it just seems like the quarterback had the ball gone in 2.5 seconds. And what's that philosophy to that?
That's a part of our offensive philosophy. Get rid of the ball quick. However we got to do it. Perimeter screens, tunnel screens, quick game. Even in our drop back world, we're not hanging on to the football. You got to have a biological clock. What we're not going to do here is put ourselves behind the chain with negative plays, sacks, TFLs, and things like that. We want to stay ahead of the chains. The biggest thing for me, yeah, we're an air raid offense, but we're going to establish a running game. When I talked to the offense, we had our first unit meeting. I said, we're going to establish a physical brand of football. This is not a finesse offense. We're not going to vertical set. We're not going to sink and sort. We're going to come right at you. And, yeah, we're going to throw the football as well. And it's going to be just as violent. So those guys are buying into that. They're buying into putting their hands on somebody, dislodging folks, anchoring down, driving their feet and restarting again, and the receivers as well, perimeter blocking, breaking tackles, yards after contact, as well as the running back room. So, getting the ball out of our hands quick is going to be a part of what we do. I don't want my quarterback running around there in trouble, and it's putting our defense in a bad situation. We want to play complementary football.
Yes, that sounds good. I had a question in the chat. What's your approach on player development when it's said that a player isn't talented enough to play in your offense?
Player development is critical to me. First and foremost, my office door is open like a saloon door. I mean, it go both ways. I mean, these guys can come in and sit down and meet with me at all times. I'm not big in giving up on kids because I didn't want anybody to give up on me. I think there's so many different ways to approach learning. You got visual, them seeing some other people do it, writing it down, walking through it, and then actually going through it. I played with some kids that obviously weren't going to play on Sundays, but I found a way to get the most out of them. It was spending time with those guys to get the most out of them, be confident and do the right things on the football field and get a competitive advantage against our DBs wherever I was at, or the DBs or O-line or whatever position that I was coaching or dealing with at the time, running backs, quarterbacks. I did whatever I could to help them see the game differently. The biggest thing with a guy that isn't as talented, you have to make the game as easy as possible for him. You got to slow it down for him. And so, right now we're in the fold of, we just met these guys. A lot of these guys, I mean, you had about 60 kids on the roster before we got here. We're not giving up on these guys. We're trying to get the most out of them. Whether we feel like they're a year away or 6 months away or 4 weeks away, we're going to continue to progress these guys to get them going in the right direction.
All right. Hey, that sounds good. Hey, when you can find something that a joker is good at and sort of let them specialize at it, you could get more out of them in practice, in the locker room, just anywhere. If you find something that joker can do and let him do it, especially in a game situation, they'll work hard to try to do the other thing that you ask them to do as well. When they say it ain't, you got to show them that you care about them genuinely, and then you could get them to do anything for you after that. So that's real big. And not having the guys for a long time sometimes, but now you gotta hurry up and find a way to get something out of them before they try to get out the door almost. So, but Coach, we gonna take a break at this time. Look, we got this rapid fire. I don't know if Coach Jackson told you, but
yeah,
we're gonna ask you a series of quick questions, and then you can one word it, yay or nay it or whatever. So I usually ask the question, and he may follow up. Okay, so we're gonna get started. About 15 or 20 questions. Okay, so do you have a hidden talent?
Oh, I don't. Football. That's my hidden talent. I love football. It's football all day, all night for me.
Pancakes or waffles?
Oh, waffles all day long. Waffle House.
All right. Hey, do you hunt or fish?
I fish.
Okay, what do you like fishing for?
Oh, man, trout, redfish, catfish. I go to this spot annually outside of Kingsville, Texas, in Corpus called the Baffin Bay with a couple coaching buddies of mine, man. We'll get out there and fish for about a day or two, but I love fishing.
Okay. I don't know if you know my background, but I teach hunting and fishing for the state of Texas now, so maybe we could hook up, during the off season, you get a slow day or whatever. If you were not coaching, what would you be doing?
Oh, man, being an accountant, man. I got into it with my college degree. My dad got into the accounting business, and I just kind of follow suit, but I love football too much. But
Yes.
got a minor in accounting. I will be doing some accounting work.
Okay. Who is the most famous person in your phone number that you have, or a famous person you have a picture with in your phone?
Oh, Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of all the places, where's the best food out of all the places that you live outside of the state of Texas?
Louisiana.
Okay.
All day long. New Orleans.
All right. Who's your favorite Dallas rapper or musician?
Oh, come on. Oh, man. Love Mo3. Love Big Tuck. It had to be out of one of those two.
Okay. All right. Wings or nachos at your tailgate?
Wings.
All right. Bucket list sporting event you want to attend?
I wish I could say that I wanted to attend a Mayweather fight, man. I never got an opportunity. It was close. Before he retires, I would like to see LeBron James play. I've never been to a LeBron James game, NBA game.
What's your pet peeve?
Hygiene. Hygiene. Big pet peeve. Brush your teeth.
Yeah. All right. What's your celebration or hype song?
Man, I can't say that on here.
All right.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm going to say Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Okay,
I can't say the other one.
All right. Boxing or UFC?
Boxing. The sweet science.
If you on death row, you got one meal, what you picking?
I need that yard bird. Give me some fried chicken, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, collard greens, cabbage, all of it.
Now, who's your fried chicken choice in the Dallas area, since that's home for you?
Like Williams Chicken. Man. Chicken Express. I have to say Williams Chicken. Williams Chicken.
All right. Now, when you cook, are you a grill, gas, or charcoal guy if you got to cook outside?
Gas.
Okay.
Gas.
Now,
man, I just got my grill hooked up in my new place. It's going down this weekend.
All right. So if you have to cook for somebody, what you gonna cook for them? You got to cook for family, friends. You got people coming over. What's your go-to meal?
Man, I'm gonna make some good steak. You know, I'm gonna get some steak. I'm gonna put some asparagus on the grill. I just learned. Don't laugh at me, man. I just learned how to make some homemade mashed potatoes. How to peel them, mash them up. I know it's easy. It looked hard to me when I first did it, but I got it done. But that would be my meal right there.
Hey, your next one you got to get on is the twice baked potatoes. It ain't hard as you think, but you're gonna like that one as well. Do you have a superstition or a pregame routine?
Yes, I have a superstition. I mean, it's the color that I wear on game day. I like to wear all black.
All right, yeah.
I like to wear all black. I've been wearing all black for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll wear the same game stuff in a row. I wash it, but I wear the same. I wear the same thing all season long if I have to. You know, sometimes we get new gear, but I definitely will continuously wear the same thing. I typically run a mile, or I do some type of hot sauna workout on game day.
Okay. Last, I guess, two-part question. The best player, if you don't mind saying, that you ever coached, that you were most impressed with, and who is your GOAT athlete regardless of sport?
Michael Jordan's the GOAT, regardless of sport. Killer mentality. I mean, you know, Reggie Miller called him Black Cat, you know, for a reason. I mean, he just spoiled everybody's career, the championship hopes through the 90s. You know, he probably even ran off some people in the late 80s. The best player I've ever coached, can I give you two?
Yeah.
Because I got a ton of respect for both these guys, their work ethic, everything they poured into it. Good people. didn't make it hard for you. I'd have to say Ramon Jefferson. He played running back for me at Sam Houston.
Mm-hmm.
He was so talented. Well, every time you saw him, he was always in a good mood, with a big smile.
We gotta hang up. Kerry, you straight? Can you fix that? Let's see. Man, that was going so well.
Did he make it back? Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Coach dropped. Maybe he can log back.
Yeah,
in.
Coach will probably call back in. Looks like he had a little internet thing there.
Yeah,
that was. Let's see. Here he goes. See if we can get him back.
Okay. I got you, Lionel. If we can get him back on.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we got you. So we can get him back.
Yes, I was going to ask him how is it practice against that defense, because when it's a defense that you don't see a lot, other people don't see, that can give you an advantage when you're working against something that's tough like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the 2-1-2, that's not out there everywhere. So, whatever his scheme is, because I know with that defense from watching it on YouTube, they put some of the safeties in some weird spots. It's kind of like you don't know where they're coming from.
The thing about it, we had a sub, we call it a sub package, where we ran, I call it 3-3 stack. I'm not sure what they're calling it. But that was one of our sub packages that my younger brother brought. He played in Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and that was one of their sub packages. But I mean, you almost always have an 8-man box, depending on what they're doing on defense, how they line up offensively. The other thing is you can show a lot of different coverage looks. You can press your corners and drop your bandit safeties out. You can widen your inside backers. You can play Tampa 2 out of it. A lot of people, you can get to that. So it's a whole lot of different things that you can get to. And it's easy for you to do overload blitzes out of that defense. When I was a high school coach, that was my JV defense. Even though our varsity never ran 3-3 stack, we lined up in that, and we pretty much told guys, if you don't have a man, you blitzing. And we gave guys fits on the sub varsity level because nobody practiced against that defense. So we'll see if we can get Coach back on.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. And the defense getting a chance to see an offense that's pretty creative, that he's picked up things from the FCS, FBS, all the levels. So
and going back to what he said, like I say, I'm okay. We got Coach back up.
Man, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we go like this sometime.
Right.
Let's see.
We improvise for you.
All right, Coach, we got a question in the chat. What player or players on the defensive side of the ball are you noticing, like, man, this joker giving us problem either trying to pass protect or run block him, or you got a joker that's just flying all over the place making plays against you? Anybody on the defensive side that you, like I say, want to shout out or that's standing out to you?
I think Super Bowl, one of our defensive linemen, he's doing a heck of a job splitting, double teams, being disruptive. He's doing a heck of a job with the block destruction. A couple of DBs doing a heck of a job too. I mean, they're making it difficult for us. They're rerouting our receivers. They're switching up the techniques on the back end. They're doing a heck of a job. I'm still getting to know a lot of those guys, but You know, we got some talented guys on the defensive side of the football, perimeter players and in the box as well.
Okay, Coach, with that new rule, with the junior college rule, without, I guess, putting too much out there, are you guys going to possibly get any guys back that were junior college players that now get that extra year back that were maybe on the team last year? Or I know you're probably going to look in the portal if they get back in there, but is there anybody off of last year's team that's trying to take advantage of that rule?
Yeah, I mean, we're turning over every stone with the JUCO kids, guys that were at 4-year institutions and may have been in the JUCO in 2022 or 2021. That's finding out they got 1 year. Absolutely, we're hitting the FCS ranks, D2, Group of 5, P4. We want them all. I mean, we're gonna try to build this thing from the ground up now. But yeah, we're definitely turning over every stone with the JUCO rule, seeing who's getting the waiver and being able to use that. Last year, I mean, a new rule came out about a month ago.
Yeah.
And these guys are going out and trying to figure it out. So now some of those guys that, you know, only had a D2 clock, but they played JUCO ball, now they can play Division I football now. You know, it's like we're trying to figure out everything we can to get, you know, the best players to build our roster.
Okay.
Yeah. I had another question in the chat. As the OC with the air raid offense in the red zone, will you be prepared to go underneath center or when it's a 3rd and short to keep the offensive drive going?
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, we're going to be heavy air raid principles in the red zone. You got to be a little bit different. Whether it's underneath the center, whether you're getting at 13 or 12 personnel and being creative, we're going to do whatever it takes. And I think the mindset of our football team isn't to try to run a boot or run a sprint out. We want to run right at you. We want to punch you right in the mouth. You know, and that's becoming the standard of our football team. We're finding out a lot about our guys on 3rd down and short, 4th and short, and things of those nature. So, yeah, you know, we're going to do a little bit of everything in the red zone from underneath, you know, even in the gun and a pistol. Like I said, you know, 12 personnel, 13 personnel. Teams are going to get a lot of different looks. You know, we're going to keep defensive coordinators on edge.
Yeah, I didn't wear that shirt, but I got it downstairs. Choose violence, and that's what we want to have on those.
I choose it every day.
Yeah. So, what are your expectations for the offensive line in pass protection and run blocking? Seems like you kind of just covered that you want to move somebody off the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're looking at like dislodge people. We want to move people, dent and dislodge them. We're trying to create a new line of scrimmage in the run game. In the pass pro, we're trying to set firm protections. You know, we're not a sink and sort team, just kind of sort it all out. No, we're going to be firm at the point of contact. We are looking to vice grip guys up and give our quarterbacks an opportunity to throw the football. So, you know, my expectations with them is to, you know, letting them know the game begins and ends with those guys. The game ain't, we can do all this fancy stuff offensively and defensively, but the game is won in the trenches.
Coach, I'm going to ask you a not so football related question. Of all the places that you have been, if you had to pick somewhere to live and you're not coaching, where would you go?
Oh, man. Miami.
Yeah.
Miami.
I like that.
Beautiful down there. Miami.
Now, I noticed you've done some internships as well with some NFL teams?
The Jets. Yep.
Okay. And who was the head coach when you were there?
What's the gentleman's name that was just there?
Saleh?
Yeah, Robert Saleh. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
all right.
sir.
I just a lot of times you can pick
that's
up
the,
a thing.
that's the only internship I've ever done right there, Robert Saleh.
Okay, then. All right. You go ahead.
Yeah, so I might have got to see you play. I live right by Joe Pool Lake. So where'd you go to high school?
Mansfield Summit.
Okay.
You went to Summit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mansfield Summit. I'm about 10 minutes from Joe Pool Lake. Family.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. My oldest son went to Lake Ridge, and then he went to Timberview, and then the youngest went to IL Texas. But yeah, familiar with Summit. He has some teammates there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm sure you've been to Joe Pool Lake. Might have yanked a fish out of there or two.
You know, I've never fished in Joe Pool Lake. Ironically enough, most of my fishing has been in Mississippi and down on the coast here in Texas. I need to go out there and go fishing. Yeah, I need to go out there and go fishing.
All right, Coach, we got a question from the comments. What's your favorite restaurant in Louisiana, and what's your top dish at that restaurant?
You know, it's ironic that's been asked. Most of the time, you know, I hit those little corner stops and I go get a po' boy. I have a lot of friends that live in New Orleans.
Okay.
The crawfish boils at their home. I mean, you know, that was the first time. I think the first time I had ever had crawfish was 2013 when I was at Jackson State. One of my buddies, Randall Murphy, he lives in Alabama now. He would have crawfish boils all the time. And that was kind of my thing there. When I'm on the road out there recruiting, man, I don't get out and eat much, man. I'm on the go.
Yeah.
I'll grab something quick and get back to the hotel to get back out there. But the po' boys there, insane. I can't tell you a place in particular, but that's what typically I would get when I was out there. Give me a good old po' boy, man. Give me some fish and dress it up, man, and get after it.
Okay. My last question, I don't know if he has any more. All right. The Aggie Eagle game, or now Jackson State is going to be one of my tops because I played at Southern, one of my top rivalries. I love their fan base, all that. Or would you rather, if you're just going as a fan, Aggie Eagle or Jackson State Southern, Jackson State Alcorn? How you rank the HBCU classic / homecomings? Which one would you go take if you had to attend one as a fan?
I'm headed on down to Jackson, Mississippi, man. Battle of the Cats, man. It's Jackson State Southern.
Okay.
I mean, I know I'm looking at it from a fan standpoint of view, but being in there when it's 64,500, that's different. That's different.
Hey, I tell people about that all the time, and I'm getting chills sitting here thinking about just the run out from the locker room at the game and stuff like that. So I'm definitely in agreement with you on that one. And to me, as crazy as it may sound, the Southern Jackson State rivalry was bigger for me than the Southern Grambling because we had battles back and forth with Jackson State. Whereas when I was at, as a student athlete, I was 4-1 against Grambling, but I think I may have been 3-2 against Jackson or somewhere along that line. And senior year, that was our only loss to Jackson State. So, but I love the fan base and what they stand for and just the history of the program. So, and my son, his second choice was North Carolina A&T, ironically. So, he was going to go to school there. If it wouldn't be for distance, I think that's where he would have been. But I know that's a big one up there on the East Coast as well.
Yeah, that's huge too. Obviously, it's always the last game of the season. I think now it may have changed with A&T getting out of that league and getting out of the MEAG and stuff like that. But it's a ruckus crowd, whether you in Greensboro or Durham. But that Jackson State Southern game, no matter if it's in Baton Rouge or Jackson, Mississippi, it's going to be 60, 70, 80,000 people. It don't matter what the record is. They can both be average. They can both be elite. They coming out and they're going to support their team. Okay. I mean, I've coached in some pretty good games. It ain't nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that.
What's the most exciting game you're looking forward to? Obviously, as a coach, we're looking for the first one, but is there any others or place that you're looking to go to on the Prairie View schedule without overlooking anybody? Obviously,
never overlooking any opponent. Every team on our schedule has an opportunity to be at their best when they play PV. I'm obviously looking forward to the first one. I'm excited to go to downtown Houston. It's a moment that I just been dreaming about, for the last few months, to get an opportunity to coach in my home state, place I call home against a rival school, being an offensive coordinator of a team led by Tremaine Jackson. I'm fired up about that first one. It's always going to be good to go and play Southern University. Playing them on their yard is going to be a tremendous feat. I'm excited to see what UTRGV, for homecoming, right. I'm excited to see what UTRGV is going to look like with them being a first-year program. Obviously, that's our first game at home. You don't want to lose at home. You don't lose at home. That's where I come from. You don't lose a home game. You protect the house. You bring a different type of energy home. You always bring a different energy, no matter when you play, when that ball's kicked off. But excited for the first home one. Excited for playing. Obviously Grambling and Texas Southern. But I would say the first one is the most important one. That's the one that's most important because it's the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that that first one is kind of weird because neither staff knows what to expect. But I don't know if you ever been to that stadium, but I just want to warn you, there's no air in that stadium. It is suffocating hot, and it just doesn't circle. Anything.
I actually coached it the first year it opened down there when I was at Jackson State 2013.
Okay.
It's hot. It's hot. Yeah, we played them early in the season. It's hot, and it's wide open, and it ain't really covered. You better come ready to go.
Yes. And I think we got one more question in the chat for you. I know we been taking a lot of your time, but will they think about streaming the scrimmage this Saturday, or do you have to be there to catch it? I won't be able to come down.
I'm not 100% sure. I know it's open to the public, but streaming it, I don't think so. I think we will probably stream the spring game on the 17th. But overall, I don't know about this one. We've been trying to open it up and get fan engagement. We're trying to get our kids out on campus, all the students on campus, former PV alums, people in the community. We want these guys to come out to support us. We're going to get in the community and support them. So I don't know about that being streamed, but anybody that can make it, we would love to have them out to come cheer our guys on.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And it looks like since you guys are still looking, I guess Tawana Kelly wants to know the contact info in case somebody wants to send you anyone or that kind of thing.
I'm heavily involved on Twitter, and that's at Coach C Buckner. So at Coach, my first initial, and then my last name. And then my PV email, we check it relentlessly. So that's CD Buckner at PVAMU.edu.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you, Coach. Coach Northern, you have to wrap up?
Now, I just want to say thank you big time and look forward to meeting you guys in person. I like to say I get up there on the hill every now and then on the baseball side, and with my son deciding to go to school there, I know I'm gonna have to go deal with some financial aid with the scholarships and the housing and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. And look, we done already started talking mess to each other about what school is this and what school is that. But I always go back to if you don't like Prairie View, something wrong with it. So I'm looking forward to it, Coach. I think you guys have great alignment from top to bottom now, and I'm looking forward to some big games and some fun up there as I do some of the games with the radio broadcast. So I just want to tell you thank you for your time because I know y'all in the middle of spring ball, and I look forward to meeting you in person sooner or later.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
If you guys are ever in the building, please don't hesitate to stop by, man. And appreciate you guys for having me on your platform and love being on the hill, man. It's a beautiful place. I tell people all the time, man, come down here, come check it out, come see what we got to offer. It's better than you think.
Yes.
Yeah. And we appreciate you guys' transparency. It's a fine line between telling too much but not telling anything. But my joke has always been Prairie View football preseason is always DEFCON 5 secret.
Yes.
I appreciate you sharing, getting us excited. And I really appreciate you guys getting in the community. Not saying we haven't done it before, but you let us know that you guys are out there seeing the little kids in Hempstead and getting out there. So I think that's really key. The community seeing you and putting a face with the players is going to, personalizing the team is going to make more people show up.
Absolutely. We're heavy in the community right now. So hopefully we can do anything we can to help people, from Hempstead to Waller and all the way through Cypress.
All right. Coach, do you eat wild game? You eat deer and all that type of stuff?
Oh, I love deer sausage, man. Deer sausage,
Okay,
deer patties. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm big on wild game. I've eaten some rabbit. Man, I get after it. I will.
All right, then.
Yes, sir.
And he knows.
We'll have a little something for you then. I appreciate it. Thank you again, Coach.
I appreciate you.
Thanks again, Coach. Okay.
All right now.